In this session, let's go and look at two useful tables from your implementation standpoint. The tables are SSM underscore cast and PRGN underscore cast. So, for example, from when I say table is important from the standpoint, when the users log in to the system, they get to see this SAP menu. Now, users are assigned the roles, and depending on how their user settings are set, by default they will either see SAP menu structure in SAP menus here, or they will see the transaction codes that are assigned to the user to them through roles. So, for example, the user Subha has two roles roles which contain these two transaction codes in them. But when you click on this, you can get to see the entire SAP menu structure. So this is the user menu, and this is the SAP menu. Now, in some customer places, they are very particular about what the users gets to see when they log in. Some customers prefer that they see when the users log in, they get to see only the SAP menu. Some customers, they feel that the user should not get confused with where to click. So they say they should only see what are assigned as part of their roles. So you have to kind of disable one of these two icons so that the users don't click on them, depending on what they need to see. So the display of these menus, for example, the display of what menus the user can see is controlled by parameters in the table SSM underscore cast. Now, another issue could be when the user logs into the system, if a particular transaction code exists in multiple roles that is assigned to the user. Okay, there are two roles assigned to the user, and both the roles contain a particular transaction code, okay, which is common to both of them. So when the user logs in, the transaction code would appear two times here in the menu. So SSM underscore cast has a parameter which suppresses one entry so that the user can only see the transaction code only once, and that avoids some kind of confusion to the end user. So the table SSM underscore cast is maintained using the transaction SM30. So enter the transaction SSM underscore cast and click on maintain. Now, since this table, the settings in this table, the contents of this table are cross-client, meaning whether you log into client 800 or 811 or 812, you get to see the same values, same settings. That's why it's cross-client, and that's why you got that message. Now, let's say the customer's decision is to disable, not to give access to the SAP menu. Like this is the SAP menu. So you need to disable it. So you go to SSM cast, click on maintain, and let's add the parameter. Here the parameter is already added. Say customer menu off. The default is no. If you say yes and save, it will ask you to create a transport request. Then go back. Now this is grayed out. So when you click on this, nothing happens. So whenever the user logs in now, they will not be able to see the SAP menu structure. Okay. So if you want to activate this, for example, now if I log in again with my own ID, let's say I don't get to see the SAP menu. Okay. So similarly, SSM underscore cast also has a parameter for disabling the user menu. Suppose the customer decides the user should not see what their menus are, then you can add a parameter for putting off the customer menus. Let's go, this is the customer menu off. And the value is set to yes. And you click on save, it will ask for the transport request. Now if you go to SAP menu, okay, now let's go back to the screen and see if the menus are coming back. So click on this. Okay, let's log in again. It's not active. Let me put it off. So SAP menu off and customer menu off, both were set to yes. That's why it was not working. Let's do this. So we put SAP menu off as no. So if you log in again, now SAP menu is on. Okay, why is this customer menu off is not off? What is the value you gave? Yes, so it's not doing it. Okay. Anyway, it should have worked. For some reason, it's not working. But let's say you have other parameters too. For example, we'll check out some of the parameters. So we go to F4 and let us look at some of these parameters. So when you try to transport a composite role, it asks you in PFCG, when you transport a composite role, it will give a checkbox saying, do you want to transport the single roles also? So that checkbox is controlled by this parameter. So if I say no to this parameter, when you try to transport a composite role, the system will not ask you to select whether you want to transport the single roles or not. So this parameter controls that. For example, delete double T codes. If you want, so let's say two transaction codes, but the same transaction code is part of multiple rows, and the multiple rows are assigned to the same user. So when the user logs in, he will see the transaction code that many times. So when you set this delete double T codes to yes, when you add this to yes, so when the user logs in, the user will just see the transaction code only once. So let's say yes. So similarly, you can have, depending on what your requirements is, whether you want the favorites, when you log in, let's create another session. The favorites, this folder, whether you want it on the top or the bottom. Because it's at top now, favorites on top. The default is yes, that's why it's on top. If you want it at the bottom, then you can set it to no. Okay, then you have the hide start image. When you people log in, you have an image here. You can have your own image. I mean, Basis would do that, but you could probably have your own company's logo displayed instead of this image. So if you want to hide this image, then the parameter you would have to use is this one, hide start image. So these are some of the useful parameters that you could set and use in your systems. So you can practice this parameters, right? It's a very useful table to know what it contains. So similarly, you have we don't want this. Another table. Okay, let's remove this. Let's remove this thing completely. We don't want that. So another table that controls this, what you did, SSM contains the transaction, the parameters, which controls the appearance of your GUI, basically. Like the menus are off, or the double T codes can be seen or not, if the menus can be condensed or not, if the folders are repeating. For example, if you have any of those folders repeating, then if you want to condense them into one, merge them into one, then there is another parameter in this condense menu or something like that, which will do that. So this SSM_cust contains parameters that control the appearance in your the appearance of your menus and transaction codes in your when you log in. Similarly, you have another table called PRGN_cust, which controls the activities that you can perform in PFCG or user comparison, that kind of activities. Basically, your authorizations. So depending on what the need is, for example, S_RFC_RFC ACL, this is a new object which SAP introduced, and which is not part of SAP All profile. SAP All technically gives access to the entire system. Every transaction code, whatever authorizations you want, it is part of SAP All. But SAP did not add S_RFC ACL into this profile. So this is basically for J2E admins. For whenever if a basis administrator is doing some Java related activities using the J2E admin tool, he would need this authorization, access to the object. So you'll have to create a role and put this object into the role manually and assign it to the basis administrator, or you'll set the value for this object as yes. So which means you don't have to create a role for which contains this object S_RFC ACL. So this parameter will take care of the authorization. Similarly, you will have some other parameters like check user SAS. That's another object which is not part of SAP All. So if you want to use this, you can set this to yes again. Okay. Now, some of these parameters control what you see in SAP All, PFCG and SE01 activities. Now, for example, profile_transport. If you don't want to transport, I don't see why you would do that, but hypothetically, if you don't want to transport the profiles along with the roles, Then you can say set profile underscore transport to yes. So when you transport the roles, the profiles will not be transported, which means in the target system, you'll have to generate the profiles, create the profiles and generate them again, which is not a good thing. So don't ever set this to yes. Activate this. Don't ever set it to no. I'm sorry. It should be yes. Okay, because you want the profiles to take transports to take the profiles along with the roles. So, for example, this parametric controls PFED. How PFED, the transaction PFED can be used. Now, when you go to PFCG and in the user tab, you have the user compare button, right? When you go to PFCG, you have in the user tab, you have the user comparison button where you do the user comparison. For example, this parameter controls whether that button can be displayed or not. By default, it gets displayed, but you don't want it to be displayed. You set this parameter to no. So here using the table SSM cast, PRGN underscore cast, you control your authorizations, related activities. Like in PFCG or SE0 on PFED, SUPC, some of these parameters control those activities. So very important, nice to know tables, PRGN underscore cast and SSM underscore cast.